and small things. A cardinal loves the church, always with that same spiritual fire, whether dealing with great questions or handling everyday problems, with the powerful of this world, or those ordinary people who are great in God's eyes. I think of the example of Cardinal Agostino Casaroli, rightly famous for his openness to promoting through far-sighted dialogue the new prospects that opened up in Europe following the Cold War. May God prevent human short-sightedness from closing anew those prospects that he opened. In God's eyes, however, the visits that he regularly made to the young inmates in a juvenile prison of Rome, where he was known simply as Father Agostino, now these were just as important. The great things that he was doing were just as important as his visits to those prisoners. And how many other similar examples could come to mind? I think of Cardinal von Tuan, called to shepherd the people of God in another crucial scenario of the 20th century, who was led by the fire of his love for Christ to care for the soul of the prison guards who guarded him at the door of his prison cell. These people they weren't afraid of the great things, but they also took care of the little things. After a meeting that Cardinal Casaroli had, he was explaining about it to Pope John the 23rd, his last mission in a country, and he was speaking about really high politicians, and the Pope called him and said, "Oh, Eminence, one thing, are you continuing to go to those young prisoners?" And the Pope said, "Don't ever stop doing it." The great political meetings, but also the pastoral mission. This is the heart of a cardinal. Dear brothers and sisters, let us once more contemplate Jesus. He alone knows the secret of this lowly grandeur, this unassuming power, this universal vision, ever attentive to particulars. The secret of the fire of God, which descends from heaven, brightening the sky from one end to the other, and also slowly cooking the food of poor families, migrants, and homeless persons. Today, too, Jesus wants to bring this fire to the earth. He wants to alight it anew on the shores of our daily lives. Jesus calls us by name, each one of us, each one. He calls all of us by name. We're not a number. He calls us by name. He looks us in the eye, each one of us. Let's let him look at us in the eyes, and he asks, each of you cardinals and all of you brother cardinals, can I count on you? This is the Lord's question. And I don't want to finish without remembering Richard Cardinal Baawobr, who, as soon as he came to Rome, felt ill, and he's been hospitalized with problems of the heart, and it seems he may need to have surgery. Let's remember him as well.